Okay, thank you. Well done for inviting me here in order to provide with our lesson of chemistry, particularly in our topic, which we call it organic chemistry. But before proceeding, let me provide thanks to God who provided energy for me to exist here in order to provide what I have or to exhaust what I have to my learners. But before proceeding, let me provide thanks to my learners from Uganda, thank you my learners from Kenya, thank you my learners from Tanzania, as well as thank you my learners around the world who participate in my lesson of chemistry, particularly in the organic chemistry. Not only but also thank you my learners who participating in this live classroom. So you are warmly welcome to proceed with my lesson. I think you will never regret or will not regret to spend your time to follow my lesson. Today we are going to discuss a little bit about the importance of organic chemistry in our everyday life situation. Why we are learning about the importance of organic chemistry in our daily life situation? We are learning about that due to the fact that most of the organic chemistry we interact, the knowledge of organic chemistry we interact with it in everyday life situation. That's why it's very important for us to know the importance of organic chemistry in our everyday life situation. Not only but also everyday life situation we interact with organic chemistry as in terms of organic compounds in different aspects such as foods, such as product which we are using in terms of eating, as well as the product that we are using maybe to do other things. Both that are organic compounds. Not only, but even these things which you have this in the organic chemistry, especially in the polymer chemistry. So the organic chemistry is very important for us in everyday life situation. So let us dig in to see how organic chemistry is very important for us in everyday life situation. Medicines, the point to note, the point number one, note that medicine and drugs are made from organic compounds. Chemists, pharmacologists, dentists, engineers, doctors, biotechnologists, as well as drug designer, invest their time to discover things which is very important for us in everyday life situation. That's professional people such as chemists, pharmacologists, dentists, engineers, doctors, technologists, doctors, biotechnologists, and genetics apply the knowledge of chemistry in their technical innovation to make the different drugs to treat the different diseases. In fact, behind chemistry, for example, we can solve the society's problem, such as doing the gene therapy. Gene therapy, here we are talking about the genetics. By using the concept of genetics, we can inhibit or we can cut off the development of a certain genes in the societies or in the certain species. So by using these technical issues, the scientists can innovate the different things, which is very, very important for us in our everyday life situation. For example, the knowledge of biotechnologists can create or can produce the hormones which can be inserted maybe in the chicken or in other organisms for the purpose of producing variety or quality of the certain organism which is resistant to the diseases or which provide a lot of meats or produce a lot of milk, which it can be used as a commercial purpose. So it can produce things, although itself that organism, called genetic modified organism, have its impact into the society, but in terms of commercial purpose, it's very important for us. So, for example, the output of the innovation which introduced by the scientists, you have acetaminophen, which you call it paracetam, with the chemical formula of C8H9ID from the different things in which drugs are organic compounds, which is very, very important for us. Or usually as an anti-pain, meaning that it can use it to kill pain, or something we can call it anti-pain, in which the groups of the drugs which made for the purpose of to become anti-pain or to reduce pain, we call it non-steroid inflammatory drugs, which is very important for us to most of the time is used as a painkiller. Not only this example, but also have streptomycin, which have formula of C12H39 nitrogen 7 and oxygen. This is used as antibiotic for the treatment of TB or tuberculosis. So it is this streptomycin is used to inhibit the development of the tuberculosis, which tuberculosis is a very dangerous disease in which can be transmitted through air. So by using this streptomycin, we can inhibit it as antibiotic. We can inhibit the development of TB. Not only this as antibiotic, we have a lot of drugs such as tetracyclines, but also we have not only tetracycline, we can have ampicillin, which can be used to treat the cough or to treat the chest problems, which this become very, very important for us. But also have clotrimazole, which is very, very important organic compounds with the chemical formula of C22H17, Cl of chlorine, but also nitrogen, 2 molecules of nitrogen, which this is as antifungal to treat the different fungal. For example, fungal spore trichosis can be treated by using this. Also, candida or but also candida can be treated by using clotrimazole. Not only, but also we have artemisinin. We have artemisinin from Artemisia annua, which have chemical formula of C15H22 and oxygen, which used as anti-malaria to treat the malaria, not to treat malaria particularly to inhibit the existence of Plasmodium falciparum, in which that Plasmodium falciparum transmitted by using the female Anopheles mosquito, which is very dangerous for us, which can cause malaria, and which malaria can cause the different problems in the families level as well as in the societies. As we know that malaria is one among the diseases which disturb the society, especially African countries disturbed by malaria. So our organic compound which derived from the plant, which is very, very important for us as organic compounds in terms of medicine. So this is very, very important for us. Not only artemisinin from Artemisia annua, but also we have quinine. We have quinine, which is derived from quinine plant, which come from the alkaloids plants. Not only, but also we have chloroquine, also which is derived from the plant, which is very, very important drugs which can be used to treat malaria, which is the disease which in Africa is very problems. Not only this medicine and the drug, not only this medicine and the drugs, but also have agrochemical. When we're talking about agrochemical here, we are talking about when we talk about agrochemical here, we are talking about the agricultural chemicals. But these agricultural chemicals are chemical material which supply the essential nutrient to the plant for the purpose of providing the soil with the nutrient which is very, very important required by the plant to grow. On the other hand, you can say that this agrochemical which made from the organic compounds can provide the essential nutrient in the soil for the proper growth of the plant. Meaning that when it when it is introduced or inserted in the soil, can provide that nutrient in which that nutrient can be introduced, in which that nutrient can be absorbed by the root of the plant and can be utilized by the plant for the proper growth or to provide the good media for itself to grow, in which the ultimate of the growth it can produce a lot of things which is very important, which is very crucial for us, such as fruits as well as food or ready foods, in which provided by the plant, in which plants are the autotrophics, in which for us as a human being and other organism depend on the autotrophic, mean that ourselves and other organism we are heterotrophs, or we are using the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, in which we are depending on other organism. So this agrochemicals is very important, is an organic compound, but very important organic compound in which when introduced in the soil can provide the nutrient to the soil, in which after providing the nutrient to the soil, that nutrients utilized by the plant, after being utilized by the plant, can produce a good things for us as a byproduct of the plants. For example, 2,4 dichlorophenoxyacetic acid, in which sometimes we call 2,4D, which is sometimes or commonly known as 2,4D, with the chemical formula of C8H6 2-chlorine as well as 3-oxygen. This is used as anti-pest, meaning that on other hand it can be used to trigger to treat the pest from the plant. This is used as a pest as a pesticide in order to reduce the effect or to inhibit the insect or to inhibit other things which as well as weeds in which can disturb the growth of the plants or can cause the death of the plants. Not only this, but also have carbamide or urea. Carbamide or urea, this is the organic compound which is agrochemicals, which is with the formula of C with the double bond with oxygen captured by double bond, but here we have NH2, but also here we have NH2. This urea is usually as organic compounds, used as organic compound in terms of fertilizer. So it's used as an organic fertilizer to increase the nitrogen content in the soil in order to provide the proper media or the proper nutrients for the plant to grow. So agrochemicals is made up agrochemical made up of organic compound, which is very, very important for the development of our plant, in which ultimately can produce the good things or the byproduct, which is very important or essential for autotrophs, which is very important for the heterotrophs or the organism which is using heterotrophic mode of nutrition. After knowing that, let us proceed with the other importance of organic chemistry. We have something which we call it energy. Most energy derived from the fuels, and most of the fuels are organic compounds. Fuels such as petroleum, natural gases, and coal all are made up of organic compound which derived from the flora and the fauna or remains of dead living organism. Mean that after organism dead for a long period of time, their product can be converted to become energy, and that energy can be derived or can be extracted from the soils after the decay of living organism. For example, organic compounds such as liquefied petroleum gas, charcoal, as well as firewoods, as well as kerosene, that are organic compounds, and that organic compounds are used by ourselves That organic compound are usually self for cooking. Mean that liquefied petroleum gas, charcoal, firewood, and kerosene. These are usually for cooking as a part of energy. Mean that when we burn it, it can produce energy, in which that energy can be utilized for us either for cooking and other purpose. But here we are not concentrating on the cooking purpose. Here we are talking about the natural sources of we are talking about the natural sources of the energy. But not only fuel which we are talking about the natural energy which is derived from the fuels. So but not only, but also here we have coal. Here we have coal, we have diesel as well as petrol. Both these are organic compound, as a product of organic compound which can produce energy. These and their energy, what is the purpose of their energy? Their energy are mostly frequently used in deriving the different things or used by the different things. For example, it's used in moving machines and vehicles. Means that in the industry we can utilize the coal, or we can utilize the diesel to convert that diesel as a fuel to provide energy. Mean that energy can be derived from the fuel. So the fuel which can be filled into the machines, or petrol which can be filled to the machines, such as vehicles, or coal which can be filled to the train, can be used for the purpose of providing energy, in which that energy converted from kinetic which that energy can be converted from potential energy to kinetic energy. That's why later on vehicles such as bus, cars can be moving after filling with petrol or diesel, or ships can be moving by using the diesel as a part of their energies. So energy can be derived from the organic compound. Mean that energy in which we are utilizing are organic compound. Even energy which we can absorb from maybe from food which we eat, that energy are organic compound. Mean that are made from the organic compound. After being made from the organic compound, we are utilizing or we are eating to provide energy in our body, which is very important for us in our everyday life situation, to working, to do something, to play, and so forth, to learning, and so forth. After knowing that energy derived from the organic compound, let us cross-check another importance of organic chemistry. Another importance of organic chemistry is that body anatomy, function, and physiology depends on the organic compounds. The body of all living organism is made up of millions of organic compounds. Meaning that organic compound is your body building block. So the building block of our body is organic compounds. The building block of our bodies are organic compounds such as protein, carbohydrates, lipid, hormones, enzyme, as well as nucleic acid, in which when we talk about nucleic acid, here we are talking about DNA or deoxyribonucleic acid, or RNA, which is ribonucleic acid. So our body building block is organic compounds. Mean that our body is made up of organic compounds. So that's why it's very important for us to know the importance of organic chemistry. So the organic compounds can make our body. So we are supposed to know the effect on our body in order to live with it very carefully, to know the potential organic compound and toxic organic compound. So we are supposed to know the organic compounds in order to know how to deal with it in the good manner, in order to organic compound to become very important for us and to escape from its negative effects. So enzyme, for example, enzyme and hormones control the body chemical reactions. For example, enzyme and hormones control the body chemical reaction. Mean that enzyme and hormone control how body interact with the incoming foods or incoming substrate from outside of the body. They tend to control how person draw or how person interact with other things, to the external stimulus or to internal stimulus, in which internal stimulus can be chemical, while external stimulus can be response, or can be things which can respond or eat. But also also organic compounds such as nucleic acid, in which when we talk about nucleic acid, we are talking about DNA and RNA. This store and transfer genetic information which made in our body. Mean that by using this concept of DNA and RNA, we can do something which we call gene therapy. Mean that we can deal with it in order to inhibit a certain response of the body in our everyday life situation, and how we can control it. So when we're talking about the enzyme and the hormones here, we're talking about the biochemistry, the chemical processes which occur in the body. But when we're talking about nucleic acid here, we are talking also the chemical, but we are talking the transferring of the genetic information, in which that genetic information can cause the parent to be revealed the picture of the offspring or the child. So, but also we have carbohydrate, we have protein. Carbohydrate as a biomolecules or macromolecules. Carbohydrate as a macromolecule provide energy in our body. Mean that the other foods which we eat, in order to be utilized by the body, must be converted into the carbohydrate in order to be utilized by the body, and which carbohydrate provides energy for us. That's why even if you've been eating the lipids, even if you've been eating the protein, even if you've been eating the carbohydrates, both food which we are eating must be converted into the carbohydrate in order to be very careful in order to be utilized by the body. So in order the food substance which we eat, which is organic, most of them are organic compounds, in order to be utilized by the body, must be converted from other form of foods or substrate to be in the carbohydrate in order to be utilized by the body as a source of energy. That's why if there is no carbohydrate in the body response, the physiological response is to convert other kind of food such as protein to become carbohydrate in order to be utilized by the body, or even lipids to be converted into the form of energy, particularly in terms of sugars, which is carbohydrate, in order to be absorbed by the body, in order for us to have the energy. But also protein here, the major function of protein is to repair the worn out cells. So the protein can be provide the energy to repair the worn out cells, to repair the body cells. But if there is a scarcity of carbohydrate, protein can be converted into the carbohydrate, although it's organic compounds, to be utilized by the body. Mean that protein can act also as a reservoir of energy, in which when there is a scarcity of carbohydrate in the body, this protein can be converted into the carbohydrate in order to be utilized by the body, in order the body to get energy. That's why sometimes you can survive without eating food. meaning that if there is no carbohydrate in the body, other food substrate converted into the carbohydrate in order to be utilized by the body. That's why there is antagonistic working mechanism of regulating body sugar, in which you call it regulation, particularly the osmoregulation, which the property of osmoregulation. We have the hormones, aldosterone hormones, which participate there, but we have insulin hormone, but also we have glucagon hormones, which working to control the working mechanism of blood sugar to be the blood in order to work in the blood to control the blood sugar level in our body. That is the working. When we talk about that mechanism, we are talking about the controlling of the working mechanism of this reaction, which is controlled by the enzyme and hormones to control to ensure that the blood sugar level meet the required amount. Body anatomy, function, and physiological response of the body depend on the organic compound, meaning that organic compounds interact in order to make that response and their function. When we talk about the provision of energy in the body, mean that you can get energy in order to work or the body to function. But when we're talking about the anatomy and physiological response, we are talking about that chemical reaction which occur in the body, which is controlled by the hormone as well as enzyme. But also we are talking about the polymer, which is organic compounds, meaning that the polymers derived from organic compound. On the other hand, you can say that the polymer is organic compounds. So polymer, organic compound, which we are using almost in everyday life situation, and the common polymers are cellulose and plastic. The common polymers are cellulose and plastic, in which produce and their product is polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, nylon, as well as polypropylene. These are the organic polymers, in which polyvinyl chloride we call it PVC. Polyvinyl chloride, sometimes we call it PVC. So when you are crossed with the substance which is written PVC, meaning that it's made from the polymer or organic compound which we call it polyvinyl chloride. So the plastic and the cellulose are the common polymers which can make the different things, which is very, very important for us. So both polymers, which are organic compounds, can make different things or different substances, such as aircraft, can make the aircraft parts, not only but also can make the motor vehicle parts. But also polyvinyl chloride can make the water pipe, but also can make the electrical equipment as well as shoes. Meaning that polymers is a very important organic compounds in which our everyday life situation is very, very important for us. That's why we have a lot of plastics, meaning that all plastics made in our everyday life situation, or plastic wares, or all things which made as a plastic. For example, even this kind which made from the plastic, this we call it the polymer chemistry. Not only, but also we have these things. These are plastics, and these plastics are made from the polymer. So polymer is very important for us as organic compound, in which we are using or we interact with it safe in everyday life situation. So that's why we are saying that it's very, very important for us to know about the polymer. So both polymer made the different things, electrical equipment, shoes, and so forth. So polymer are organic compounds, or polymer derived from the organic compound. On the other hand, you can say that polymer is the organic compound, which is very, very important for us, and it is very helpful for us that organic compounds. After knowing that organic compounds, which is very important for us, let us see another importance of organic chemistry, which is important, number 6. Let us dig into see how it is. So here we have manufacturing industrial products, or the manufacturing industrial product, in which this manufacturer industrial product is very important for us. Is very important for us. We have the polymer, we have the nylons, in which these are synthetic fibers. We have polymer and nylon, which are synthetic fibers. Meaning that in the industry we can convert that, or in the laboratory we can convert the polymer and the nylon. Example, nylon 6,6 is it can be derived in the industry, or from the plastics, and can be derived 6,6 nylon from the either laboratory or from the industry to make something which is very important for us. But these are synthetic fibers, meaning that are man-made fibers, or call it artificial fibers, or call it synthetic fibers. But also we have cotton, but also we have silk. Cotton and silk, both these are industrial products, but these industrial products are made from the natural fibers, meaning that this cotton and silk are the natural product of organic compounds. So these are organic compounds, which is very important for us. You see, so polyester and nylons are synthetic fibers, while cotton and silk are natural fibers. But both these are used to make the bags and clothes. Both these can be used to make the bags and the bags and the clothes. Not only this, but also other organic compounds. Can make other goods or other substances, such as alcohol, can make alcohol. Not only alcohol, can make other things such as base. Not only base, can make body cream. Body cream can make body cream. Not only body cream, but can make paint. Paint can be made from the organic compound. Not only also, but also lipstick, which are used for the but also lipstick, eye makeup, which are used in ceremonies. Not only, but plastic, rubbers, textiles, as well as body lotion that are organic, that are made up. The product which made from the organic compound, which is very important for us in our everyday life situations. Mean that we are supposed to know how to interact with things in order to identify the potential things to use and to avoid the negative impact of that organic compound. So that is very important things to note in this part of organic chemistry, to know this, to know the importance of organic chemistry. So another in short hands, or summarizing this importance of organic chemistry, we say that the organic chemistry give us the manufacturing, give us the product from the industry. Not only, but also organic chemistry give us the polymer products, which is very important for us. But also organic chemistry give us energy. Not only give us energy, can give as a fuel, in which fuel can produce energy. Not only, but also body function and but also body anatomy, function, as well as physiological response depends on the organic compound which made from the organic chemistry. Not only, but also agrochemicals, which we are using the agriculture to boost the agriculture product made from the organic compounds, but also energy, which we are utilizing to run our machines and other things derived from the organic compound. But also the organic compounds, but also the organic chemistry is very important for us, because medicine and drugs are made up of organic compound, or on other hand, can say most of of the medicine and drugs are organic compound. That's why some of us, when pharmacologists, pharmacognos, and other drug designers, they are much interested in the organic compound, because most of the organic compounds, most of the drugs, or a lot of drugs, are organic compound. So that's why other people, they are learning about the heterocyclic chemistry in order to invent, in order to provide the innovations on how to discover the drugs, in which that drugs can be very potential, very important for us in our everyday life situation, in which that organic compound can help us to treat the different diseases, as well as can give us the foods which we can eat, and it can give us the knowledge on how to interact with a certain organic compound, or on how to escape from a certain organic compound, which is very, very important for us. We need to know, to have the knowledge in order to identify which organic compound is very potential for us to eat, which is very potential for us as a drugs, and which is the toxic for us. After knowing that, it becomes very, very important for us. After knowing the advantages or importance of organic compounds, or studying of organic chemistry, let us proceed with the part which we call the disadvantage of organic compound, or disadvantage of the product which is made from organic chemistry. Here we are looking about the disadvantages. We have among of the disadvantages of organic chemistry is that some products are harmful to ourselves, or also to our environment. Here, chlorofluorocarbons lead to the ozone layer depletion. So chlorofluorocarbons lead to the ozone layer depletion. On the other hand, you can say that some organic compound which after making it during its uses can form the greenhouse gases, in which one among the greenhouse gases is chlorofluorocarbons. So chlorofluorocarbons is one among of the greenhouse gases which made from the which produced from the uses of organic compounds, in which cause the ozone layer depletion or ozone layer destruction, in which when ozone layer destructed, it led another process of global warming, and in which global warming can cause the increase in temperature on the Earth's surface, in which the increase in temperature on the Earth's surface can lead to different problems such as rising sea level, melting of ice, drought, desertification, and so forth. So after knowing that, let us proceed with the other disadvantages of compounds which associate with organic compound. Here we have trinitrotoluenes. This trinitrotoluenes can cause explosion. So if you have the child which have no if you have child, so this is due to its explosion. It's very, very dangerous to leave that organic compound when child to play with it, or to leave this compound someone to interact with it without any precautions that it can cause explosions. So if it can cause explosion, can cause either people can death, or can cause the destruction for other things. So it's very important for us to know its negative effect that in order to deal with it, or when we interact with that when we interact with this trinitrotoluenes, to see how we can manage it in order to avoid their negative impact, because their negative impact can cause the destruction of either properties, or can cause the even death of human being. But also we have biodegradable. Some organic compound which made biodegradable. When we talk about the biodegradable, we are talking about the compounds or the material in which, when it leave itself, cannot have ability to disintegrate or to undergo mineralization process itself in order to be destructed, or to mix with the soil, or on the other hand, you can say that the material which do not participate in the part of soil formation, or do not decompose easily or disintegrate easier. Instead, it can remain on the soil. Most of the material which are plastic materials are biodegradable. In fact, biodegradable materials can lead to the environmental pollution. If itself accumulated in the environment without any mitigated waste, or without the proper if the environmentalists do not follow the principle of waste and waste disposal. So if the precaution about the principle of waste and waste disposal do not follow it on how to deal with this biodegradable, it will be the one among the agent of environmental pollution, particularly in the land or terrestrial pollution. So this can cause the terrestrial pollution. But also, after knowing that biodegradable material, which is among the organic compound which is produced, particularly in terms of as a product of polymers, another disadvantage of organic compounds is the causes of some diseases. For example, 2,4-D, or we call it 4D, most of the time this can cause the problem. How it can cause the problem? Can lead to the respiratory disease, as not only respiratory disease, but can cause cancer or even death. Why it cause? Because this it is used to kill pesticides, to kill pests or weeds. So this can be used to kill some insects which can destroy or can distract the plant materials. So if it cause the death to other organisms, also a human being can cause death. Not only cause death, sometimes it can cause cancer, can cause respiratory problems, even ultimately can lead to the person to get the cancer or to get death, in which even cancer, the ultimate result of the cancer is to die if you do not get the treatment of that cancer. So one among the disadvantages of organic compound is that this compound can lead to the cancer or death or even respiratory diseases. After knowing that 2,4-D, which is organic compound, which is used as pesticides, sometimes can cause that. After knowing that 2,4-D as the organic compound which can cause the respiratory problems as well as cancer problems or even death, we are now going to learn about the materials which you call it biodegradable. But here when we talk about biodegradable, here we talk about the plastic materials. Plastic material tend to block the digestive system. To block the digestive system. If that material tend to block the digestive system of the organism, this can cause the problems in either human being or other organism. How it cause the problem? If the digestive system of organism blocked, that organism fail to do the process of digestive system, in which ultimately lead to the death of that organism. That's why one among the disadvantages of organic compounds is that it threatens the wildlife as well as domestic animals. That's why even some organic compounds such as benzene, when it is used itself, can cause cancer due to the fact that benzene as an organic compound, if they are derived not used, if it is used itself, is carcinogen, can cause either leukemia or anemia, or can cause the cancer itself. That can cause your body to the cell to be overproduced without any stopping mechanism from the DNA or in which control the productions, maybe synthesis cell production of cells. So up to here, let us proceed with another part which we call it sources or origin of organic compounds. When we're talking about the sources or origin of the organic compound, here we're talking about the where organic compound come from. If you're talking about where organic compound come from, here we have the natural sources of organic compounds. So organic compound can be obtained from the natural gas as well as the petroleum. Although, as we know that you have the natural sources of organic compound and artificial sources of organic compounds. But here we are talking about the natural sources of gas as well as the petroleum. So in the petroleum here, we can get the different fuels as a product of organic compounds. And which here we can the petroleum crude by using the method of separating mixture, in which that method we are calling the fractional distillation. We can separate that crude petroleum jelly. We can separate that crude petroleum in order to get the product in which that the product are organic compounded. One among the products is natural gases. But here, so here, this petroleum by using fractional distillation process as a process of separating mixture by using different boiling points. Here we can produce a lot of things such as diesel. We can get diesel, but also we can obtain, apart from obtain diesel, we can obtain kerosene. We can obtain kerosene, not only, but you can but also you can obtain petrol. We can obtain petrol. And this petrol, diesel can be used to run machines and other activities such as running or moving cars by converting the potential energy into the kinetic energy, which can be utilized by the machines or motor vehicle in order to change their position from one space to another space for a certain purpose. But also kerosene can be used in cooking as well as diesel can be used in the moving of either vehicles which designed for use which their engine designed for the purpose of using diesel, not only but also the train can use coal as well as also petroleum product can be utilized by the ships. But also have natural gas. Natural gas, example, have liquefied petroleum gas. They also have water gas, but also have hydrogen gas that can be used or can be obtained from the natural sources as a organic compound, as the source of organic compound. Not only, but also we have coal. When we're talking about coal here, we have a source. This is taken as a source of organic compounds, in which coal can produce the carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide, or can produce charcoal as well as the firewood. So in terms of coal here, this is a natural sources in which we can obtain organic compound. So organic compound which obtain from the coal is termed as the sources of that organic compound. But also we have fermentation. When we talk about fermentation here, we're talking about the process of producing a desired chemical or substance by using a certain microorganism or involving the microorganism to produce a certain product. And that product which can be produced by using this process of fermentation, we can obtain acids, in which acid is a chemical substance which, when dissolved in water, can produce a drug ions as only positive charged ions. But also you have vitamins. Vitamins are the supplement to the body of human being as can be utilized as a food. Also can be utilized as a supplement in terms of drugs. So, but also you have antibodies. Antibodies also produce is organic compounds in which that antibody going into the body in order to interact or to respond to the physiological response of the body. But also we have alcohols. Alcohol, which can be used as a solvent to make a certain chemical compound, such as to make indicator. But also alcohol can be used as a reactant in order to form a certain product. But also alcohol, this can be used as antibacterials, not only, but also some of the people can use as alcohol in different ways, such as drinking. Although in terms of religion, drinking alcohol was prohibited according to the verses, different verses which indicate in the whole book of religions, especially Islam religions. But also, when we're talking about this fermentation, so this fermentation can give us the organic compound products. With that organic compound, it can be helpful for us to do certain things, which is very important for us. But also, this fermentation process can be used in the production of some foods, such as when you involve the production. It can produce alcohol as other product, in which other product can be vitamins as well as foods. When we are doing the baking, so when we are doing the baking in order to get a certain product of foods. But also, after knowing that the fermentation as a third sources of organic compounds, but also have plant and animals. Plant and animal as a source of organic compounds. Remember that even us, we can obtain protein from other source of foods, maybe from animals as well as from plant. For example, food such as animals. For example, food such as protein can be obtained from the meat of animals, from the meat of animals. But the plant can produce also the carbohydrates, but also in which carbohydrates are organic compounds. But also plants can produce protein, in which protein materials that is the organic compounds. So plants can produce a lot of things, and animal can produce a lot of things. Can produce fatty, in which fatty as a lipids is the organic compounds. So plants can produce protein as organic compounds, but also can produce lipids as organic compound, in which protein can use the repairing of one outside, but also lipids can be used as a reservoir of energy, in which when other energy is depleted in the body, lipids converted as well as protein converted into carbohydrates, in which carbohydrates, which we call it macromolecules, when obtained, can be utilized by the body as a source of energy. But also plant can produce vitamins. Some plants contain the vitamins, in which that vitamin can be utilized by the body as to add the supplements in the body of organism, in order to ensure that the body have the quality supplements in order to provide the proper development of the human being growth. But also from the plant and animal, you can get hormones. We can obtain hormones, in which that hormone are very, very important for us to be utilized by the body of organism, in which that hormone can control the physiological response of organism. For example, some hormone can cause someone to be active in terms of maybe of reproductive system, but also hormone can deal with the other things in the body of organism, in which is very, very important for the body organism. Mean that these hormones as well as enzyme, but also enzyme are organic compound, in which are form of protein. That's why we are saying that protein, all enzymes are protein, but not all protein are enzyme. So after knowing that, we are now concluding that the plant animal in terms of generalization, the plant animal can give us the organic compound at the one amount of the sources of obtaining organic compound, or the source of organic compound. But also let us proceed with the part number 5, or number 5, or source number 5 of organic compounds. Organic compound, as we know that we have been explained that we have natural sources of organic compound and synthetic source of organic compound, or artificial source of organic compound. When we're talking about that, the source of organic compound which have been mentioned above, that is the natural source of organic compound. But another source of organic compound is the synthesis. The synthesis means that to take a certain product or a certain material to synthesize or to produce another materials, which is very important for us. In which by using vulcanization process we can obtain rubber, in which rubber can make different things such as tires of the motor vehicle and so forth. But also we can make fibers. We can make fibers from the organic compounds. You can get the fibers as a source of organic compound from the synthesis. It means that you can take material to synthesize fibers, as what in the industry they are doing. They are going to produce the fibers, in which fibers can be used to make maybe plastic bags, or if that fibers can be used to make maybe clothes, or to making other products. So, but also here you can get vitamins. You can get vitamins in terms of synthesis. So the biotechnologists investing there, as well as genetically modified organism. Concept of genetically modified organism also invested in the synthesis of new organic compounds. So this new organic compound synthesized can act as a vitamin, or can act as hormones, in which that hormone or vitamin when produced can be helpful for human being or other. But also if we have synthesized hormone, this hormone can be very important for the biotechnologist, in which biotechnologist can utilize to make the artificial organism, in which that artificial organism, or to make the organism which are very stable to the harsh environment, or organism which highly resistant to diseases, or organism which can provide the variety source of food, or can produce the variety variety kind of meeting, or variety of other things, which is very important for us. So hormones can be utilized by the biotechnologist to in the aspect of producing something which is very important for the societies in terms of commercial purpose. Although sometimes do not consider, although sometimes it's challenging to the healthy problems, because genetically modified organisms sometimes can lead some problems in the society. But also have dyes as well as painting. Dyes as well as painting can be synthesized in the laboratory or in the industry. Both these, when synthesized from the industry or from the laboratory, both these come from the synthesis of organic compound. So we can synthesize organic compound. We can obtain organic compound, in which that organic compound which we obtain from the industry or from the laboratory, that organic compounds are from man-made. That's why we have field of chemistry which we call the organic synthesis. When I talk about organic synthesis, we are talking about to make new things by using a certain material, in which that material which you are making, we call it organic compounds. So even drug designer and other, they are dealing with the synthesis to synthesize or to make the desired organism or the desired compound which they are targeted to do. So this by using this synthesizing, instead of waiting for the natural product, or instead of waiting for the natural source of organic compound, we can utilize the necessity in order to make the organic compound which we are interested with it in order to utilize itself for our according to our aspect, or according to our target, or according to our desire. So up to here we have been seeing, or we have been across about the importance of organic chemistry, or importance of organic compounds. We have been learned about the disadvantages of organic compounds, but also have been learned about the sources of organic compound. Why we are learning about the disadvantage of organic compounds? We are learning about the disadvantage of organic compound due to the fact that we are supposed to know the effect of that organic compound and the advantage of that organic compound. When we know the advantage of that organic compound, we can produce the opportunity to deal with it or to utilize it for our daily life situation as well as in commercial purpose. But when you know the negative impact, we can escape from the effect from negative impact. For example, there is some organic compound can cause the ozone layer depletion, but also can cause cancer. So we can take the precaution in our mind on how to deal with it by avoiding the negative effect or the toxic or harmful effect which can be exposed, which can be occur when someone is exposed to that organic compound. That's why after learning that the advantage and disadvantage of organic compound, we can take precaution for those organic compounds which are very dangerous to human beings, such as the organic compound which can cause explosions, such organic compound which can cause cancer and respiratory problems. We can escape all. When we are dealing with it, we can wear the protective gears in order to avoid the negative effect. After here, let me say thank you my learners from Kenya, thank you my learners from Tanzania, thank you my learners from Uganda, as well as thank you my learners who follow my lessons around the world. You are warmly welcome, as well as my learners who are participating in as well as my learners who are participating in live situation, in life of this classroom. Up to you, let me say thank you for listening. Let me say bye bye. Follow the next lessons later on.